Hello Crossbow Nation, my name is Lucas Cooney and I normally do the video reviews for your sister site, Archery Talk, but I had the chance to get a couple of crossbows in for testing and I thought I'd share those results with you. A little while ago I reached out to TenPoint Crossbows and a couple weeks later, a brand new Eclipse RCX arrived at my doorstep. I should let you know that I am not an experienced crossbow shooter, so you can consider these the ideas and musings of a new shooter. The Eclipse RCX is quite a compact piece of equipment. Specs include an uncocked width of 17 inches, a cocked width of 13.5 inches, a length of 34 3/4 inches, a power stroke of 14 inches, a draw weight of 140 pounds, and speeds up to 370 feet per second. This package includes 3 Pro Elite Easton bolts, a 3X ProView 2 scope, AccuDraw 50 cocking mechanism, and a 3-arrow quiver. Retail price for this package is $11.99. Fit and finish on this bow is generally pretty good. The RealTree Xtra camo is holding up well after a couple months of use, though it is a little lighter in color than I expected. The big issue I'm having with this bow is the string and cables. The center serving on the string started to fray after just a handful of shots and started to unravel shortly thereafter. TenPoint eventually sent me a replacement string which is holding up just fine, so we're assuming this was just a bit of bad luck. However, the serving on the original cables is now starting to deteriorate as well and is showing some serious wear. Pick up the Eclipse RCX and I noticed right away that the grip is fatter than some of the other bows I've tested, but I've got pretty large hands and it fits me fairly well. The reach to the trigger felt just about perfect for me, and the swoop design and smooth finish on the front of the trigger are all check marks in the good column. The foregrip has a textured finish which is nice, but I found the plastic button on either side a bit distracting. The ProView 2 scope seems fairly good, but it's only got 4 aiming dots, so shots beyond 50 yards are a bit of a guessing game. The dots are black, but you can light them up in green or red if you prefer. Another small issue with this scope is that you have to remove the end caps entirely, rather than just flipping them up like you can do on some other models. Personally, I'd just rather not have to worry about carrying this around with me and potentially losing it in the field. I have had some trouble sighting in properly with this bow. For whatever reason, I can't get the bolts to hit low enough at 20 yards. I am officially out of elevation adjustment room, so I don't want to compromise my eye relief as the scope is picture perfect at the moment. However, this could easily be my fault. Ultimately, it's probably safe to blame my inexperience with crossbows on this. Drawing the TenPoint Eclipse RCX is surprisingly pleasant for a bow this fast. Draw weight is just 140 pounds, so it's not physically taxing at all. With a 14-inch power stroke, you do have to pull up quite a bit, but overall it works great. You also have to pull up very smoothly with back pressure, or the hooks can pop up onto the flight deck. One feature I really like on this bow is the fact that the safety comes on every time you draw the bow back. I just like the fact that you don't have to worry about it. My test bow also came equipped with the ACU Draw 50 cocking mechanism. I really came to like having this on the bow as it meant I didn't have to worry about carrying a cocking rope around with me. It hooks up much the same as a traditional cocking rope, but when you're done, it just retracts up into the housing. The only small issue I'm having with the ACU Draw 50 is that it can rattle around a little bit when you're walking through the woods and it makes a little bit of noise. As for accuracy, the Eclipse RCX works as I expected it to. I did find it to be a little hard to hold on target while I was standing up compared to some other wider crossbows I've shot, but that should get better for me with more experience. Shooting out to 50 yards, the RCX holds its own. I'd say my groups are generally just a hair bigger than they were with another bow I'm testing, but the difference is pretty small. Ultimately, if I do my job right, slapping bolts at 50 yards is very doable. One significant issue I'm having with this bow is the fact that you can't let it down after it's been fully cocked. TenPoint will sell you a pack of unloading bolts, but it's a little bit inconvenient. As far as real-world performance, I shot a 427 grain bolt through a chronograph and saw an average speed of 346 feet per second. You can get a little bit faster with a lighter bolt, but that's up to you. Overall, I came away pretty impressed with the Eclipse RCX. It's a very easy bow to draw back, it's plenty fast, it's really accurate, and I really like the AccuDraw 50 cocking mechanism. The only downside for me is that serving wear on the strings and cables, which has me a little bit concerned.